Hello everyone and welcome back to another preview video for Southag in Warno Part 8, and we get into a Soviet one here. 31st Tankovy Division, and this one is a pretty hot one as it brings around a lot of T-72s, guys. For the Soviets, they finally get to use their own tanks, and we start in the logistics tab with a lot of MTLBUs here as a leader variant and as split variant. Urals up coming in good numbers as well. Kratz, Mi 8, MTV, Kushivoy, the Mi 22 as a leader. Somehow somebody thought that was a good idea. Yeah, can use it as a command unit here. 10 hit points, 10 ECM. Coming around, capturing stuff. Just sneaky with this massive little unit. 207 kmh. It's actually fast. It actually might be kind of okay. It just looks a bit wrong to not have it as a supply helicopter and waste it there for just capturing stuff. A BMP 1KR coming along here as well. Pretty standard there. And then this Club Nazania as your FSP of choice. Infantry tab, pretty decent options, starting with BKMs here and the Lamia 30mm launcher with the AGS-17 going around nicely too. So decent options there. You got Commandantura in a Commandantura truck if you want to. Not sure if you really want to in this deck though, as you really don't need them here. Motostrelki Comrade and BMP 1P Fagot coming along. You get 2 cards of BMP2s here with the Motostrelki RPG 22, the normal Motostrelki only coming in the BMP 1P. So this is 2 cards. That's pretty similar to what you get in 39th basically. Yeah, really solid card. The RPG 22 infantry is really nice for 35 points. And yeah, these are fine on the BMP 1. Fine unit as well. The RPG 7VL, really nice RPG, but yeah, infantry fighting power of this, not that amazing. Saperi, we have seen a lot of times before. BTR 60PB transport here for the Saperi squads, RPOAs, good as always, so solid options there. Pulumachiki can come in the BMP 1P, so yeah, pretty classic Soviet mechanized deck formation. Fits in the tank deck. You get a bit of Czech support in this one though, starting with the Fagot, which the Czechs themselves only get in one deck, but they have some here. So you have Fagots and Conquerors. Conquerors coming from the Soviets themselves. Fagots coming in a OT 64C if you want to. And then you get the Volatile Streltsy, which can come in the OT 64C as well. So RPG 75 and smoke grenades. And then we have the Streltsy with the double medium machine gun. 9-man squad. So if you want to have some beefy infantry, this is where you go. You have even 3 cards of these. So I feel like you're gonna go here. And then you're gonna go here with these guys. Or something like this. And yeah, the BMP2 nowadays 65 points. So this is not as dirt cheap as it has been in the past. But you still get it for a fair price. 100 points there for an infantry and a BMP2. That's absolutely fair. Streltsy down here with the OT64, 11 hit points, 9 hit points, double MG. Totally fair as well. Getting the good RPGs here too. Artillery. This is a fine tab as well. Pretty standard D30s. You actually get the choice. You can get them from the Czechs as well. No real difference outside of that you can't choose the MTLB there. And yeah, Czech 81mm mortars, or 82 and 120mm mortars from the Soviets. Gwozdika and Akatsias, the backbone of the Soviet artillery mechanized park as well. And then Cham Czech rocket launcher here that we have seen a couple of times now around as well with the 120mm rockets. I'm still not quite sure how good this thing gonna be with 32 rockets there, 130mm. Yeah, they're okay damage wise, but the 8.2 kilometer range is the big issue here. And then we have a new cluster rocket launcher, and that is the Prima, which fires quite a lot of rockets here at once. Has 50 loaded, fires 50 in the salvo, so this one can shoot a lot onto the enemy there with a lot of cluster, 20 kilometer range. A fine one here for sure. Like this one at 280 points is a solid anti-tank cluster artillery here. Tank tap is a pretty good one, as you would expect. As you start with Malyutkas, then you get T-55 M1s. So this is the max range T-55s here without smoke, with the low frontal armor. Not quite fully modernized to the end, but it has the long range, which is pretty funny because T-72s obviously don't have that. So this is your long range tank, being your cheap tank. And then your more expensive tanks are actually your breakthrough tanks with frontal armor, starting with the OPR 79, which is the 15 frontal armor one with smoke. We have seen those before. 81 is the 17 frontal armor one with smoke. And then we have the B1, 18 frontal armor, and the reactive armor. And then the B with the severe here coming around. Only one card actually for the Soviets themselves. So the Czechs actually get more, like 2 cards of Bs here basically. I feel like the second card of the B1s could be nice. The price discount for not having the severe is fine as well. The 1 extra hit point and 1 extra frontal armor is a significant step up here for these guys, so makes sense. And yep, these two being quite nice as well. So with the T-55AM one and the high-end T-62s, 72s, this is a pretty nice tank tap here. And T-72s for sure are now gonna be the backbone of Pact with this DLC. And like in general in Warno, and that's what they should be, right? Like to get the T-55s, which we have a lot of as well. The T-80B times are kind of over, like, which is nice. But in Southag, there were a lot of T-80s. That's where all the high tech went. So it made sense that at 1.0 launch, it was a lot of T-80s. It makes a lot of sense now that we by now have a lot of T-72s around. Now we only need a full-on T-62 tank division, and we're gonna be happy. And yeah, recon tab in this division, quite capable as well. Starting with Mi-24K recon helicopters, could even take 2 of these. Mi-2 recon helicopters, the Czech classic 4-man squad, the 4-man squad Razvedka here of Soviets, with the better AT launcher, and then Razvedka Saperi coming around in BTRs and Mi-2s. Razvedka only in BMP-1s, no BMP-2s for these guys, but that's still pretty good. BRM-2s, the RT Razvedka with the second trait, also gonna be nice. BRM-1K, 2 cards. This is really dope, really helpful with the T-72 pushes. But you also have the B-Man. And the B-Man is pretty interesting because it has normal rocket pods that are direct fire, 1750 meter range, that can push through enemy units. And it also has smoke rocket pods that you can use to maybe, for example, get your T-72s closer to the enemy into the fighting distance that they want to be in, and can fire those rockets at 1750 meter range. This is a really cool little use case with like that long range of a instant smoke wall. Like this is something we don't have outside of this. 1 card of 6, so really pushing this with your armor, I feel like it's gonna be pretty cool. Can even kind of split maybe enemy formations in 2 or so. Like there is a lot of use cases for this. Like popping instant smoke on range is something we just don't have like this. And like 2-second aim time is like kind of instant. So this is pretty unique. And I'm really looking forward to how the B-Man performs. This for sure is something special. Mi-8 MTPI jammer helicopter coming around as well with the big stuff in the rear. And then we have AA units here with the Strela 2Ms, the ZU-23-2, the Igla, the Yesterka, and Biusa. This is a bit of a weird one, which one you go for. I'm not 100% sure. Both have good at the helicopter capabilities, price efficient there, but Prius obviously a lot better against the aircraft, so I feel like it's still a Priuser, especially as it works well with the coup, finishing off planes that the coup damaged. So yeah, but yes, their car is not bad either and really cost efficient. You have the slots, you might be able to fit in both. Helicopters, Mi-24Vs, in good options here with the different rockets and numbers and a classic Mi-8 rocket. And then in the air, you get a bit weaker air wing here. Only MiG-23ML shotgun planes, and that is not optimal with 6 R60Ms here coming around for you. And this is just absolutely cursed pylon-wise. I never realized how cursed it is. Like, what? Okay, we stopped looking at that. I'm sorry for anybody who feels there, who feels triggered by that. I'm not gonna let myself get triggered by that. MiG-27K AT2 coming around here with 2 massive missiles. The KH-29Ts, pretty good. It works really well on 56, so this is a good plane. The other two here, not so much. MiG-27M, HE, and Napalm, not that great, but you don't really need that. You need your coups to work, you need shotgun fighter maybe to kill some helicopters, you have good artillery, you have a fantastic tank tap, you have a nice versatile infantry tap, and you have a really cool recon tap as well. And recon taps in general in the packed side and Southag are all pretty dope, and I like that. I like to see good stuff. And the tank tap here and the artillery have all really, really solid stuff. Good medium tier like tank division, really pushing the enemy hard there with all the classic Soviet stuff. And I'm pretty excited to see how the special units here work. Like, this is obviously backcore a pretty standard division, but like with some funky stuff, like the B-Man, like the Prima, like that mix with the Stolzi here is quite interesting as well. The tank tab here, the SDR car for the Soviets, like, but especially the B-Man here. Like, the B-Man is the one I'm really looking out for, and yeah, it's just nice to have a Soviet division with T-72s. Like, that alone already is a good thing to have. Even though the T-72s themselves are nothing special, but that's because we already have so many different T-72s by now. And like, there can only be so many. So, yeah, job well done in my eyes by Eugen getting us this division. It is a nice side grade of the divisions we get, whilst having just enough unique stuff to really be making me keen to play it. Like, I feel like this is a division that I'm gonna end up playing quite a bit of. So let me know down below if you feel the same way, if you would love to see something change, and see you all in the next one.